We're breaking into your regular programming with an urgent warning for tuna lovers seeking healthy protein. Tri-Union Seafoods just recalled thousands of cans sold at Trader Joe's, Costco, and Walmart because of botulism risk. But crack open the wrong brand, and what you're really eating is mercury poisoning, toxic chemicals leaching from can linings, and lies from companies that got caught fixing prices for years. For families feeding kids tuna sandwiches or seniors watching their budgets, this isn't just about bad fish. It's a betrayal disguised as affordable protein. In today's video, we're exposing 10 canned tuna brands you should never buy, even if they've been in your pantry for decades. Stay tuned till the end because we'll also reveal 2 brands that are actually clean, tested, and worth every penny. 10. Great Value Tuna. Walmart's house brand, $2 per can, impossibly cheap. Looks like a smart choice, especially for families stretching grocery dollars or seniors on fixed incomes trying to get quality protein without breaking the bank. Here's the brutal truth. That price is too low to be real tuna. Quality tuna costs $8 to $12 per pound just to produce at wholesale before processing. Walmart sells this for $2 retail. The math does not work unless corners are being cut somewhere dangerous. Open a can right now. Notice how watery it looks. Real tuna has substance, natural oils that separate from the meat. This liquid is murky, cloudy, almost gray. Drain it completely and weigh what is left. You paid for 5 ounces and got maybe 3 ounces of actual tuna. The rest was markup on tap water. Consumer Reports tested 15 major tuna brands for mercury contamination in 2023. While they did not specifically test Great Value, independent testing consistently shows store brands using the cheapest sourcing methods with no traceability. You have no idea which ocean these fish came from, how old they were when caught, or what their mercury levels tested at before canning. For pregnant women, mercury crosses the placental barrier and damages fetal brain development. For children under 12, mercury affects fine motor skills, speech development, and cognitive function. 1 can per week could exceed safe exposure limits. For anyone trying to verify what is in their food, Walmart makes verification impossible. No origin disclosure, no testing transparency, no accountability. Just bulk tuna from mystery sources packaged under their label and sold at prices that only make sense if quality does not matter. 9. Bumble Bee Tuna, the cute mascot, the friendly yellow label. One of America's 3 biggest tuna brands with over a century of history. Your grandmother probably fed it to your parents. You probably grew up eating it. That legacy of trust makes what happened next even more disgusting. In 2018, Bumble Bee pled guilty to criminal charges of price fixing. For 4 years, from 2011 to 2015, they conspired with StarKist and Chicken of the Sea to artificially inflate tuna prices. Federal prosecutors proved they held secret meetings, coordinated price hikes, and deliberately overcharged American consumers by hundreds of millions of dollars. Former Bumble Bee Chief Executive Officer Chris Leshevsky was sentenced to 40 months in federal prison. The company paid over $100 million in fines. Class action settlements eventually totaled over $200 million paid back to consumers they defrauded. But here is what they are still hiding. In 2015, independent testing found equipment malfunctions at facilities processing Bumble Bee tuna resulted in undercooked product. Undercooked canned tuna creates perfect conditions for bacterial growth, including botulism. The company quietly recalled affected batches, but never disclosed how long the malfunction went undetected or how many contaminated cans reached consumers. Consumer Reports testing in 2023 found Bumble Bee albacore contained mercury levels that warrant only 1 serving per week for adults. Children should not eat their albacore at all, yet the label provides no warnings, no mercury disclosure, no guidance for vulnerable populations. For anyone who thought cute mascots meant honest companies, Bumble Bee's chief executive officer went to prison for organized fraud. That is not a business mistake. That is criminal conspiracy. For families paying inflated prices for years, you funded executive bonuses built on lies. 8. StarKist Tuna, Charlie the Tuna, the cartoon mascot that made generations of kids think tuna was fun. Another member of the big 3 brands that dominate 80% of the American market. And another convicted criminal enterprise, StarKist admitted guilt in the same price-fixing conspiracy that sent Bumble Bee's chief executive officer to jail. In 2019, StarKist was fined $100 million for colluding to artificially raise tuna prices. Court documents proved executives held secret meetings, shared confidential sales data with competitors, and coordinated identical price increases down to the exact date they would implement them. You were not just overcharged. You were systematically robbed by organized crime in business suits. But the fraud goes deeper. Consumer Reports tested StarKist products in 2023 and found shocking mercury variation. Their Select's no salt added albacore tested so high in mercury that researchers stated it should not be eaten at all. Not limited servings, not once per week, never. Yet StarKist continues selling it with zero warnings on the label. The same testing found their chunk light tuna had acceptable mercury levels. Wildly different contamination depending on which product you grab. You are playing Russian roulette every time you reach for a StarKist can. A Swiss consumer group, Saldo, tested 10 canned tuna products in 2023 for toxic chemicals. Despite manufacturers claiming BPA-free cans, every single product contained measurable levels of bisphenol A leaching from the interior can lining. BPA is an endocrine disruptor that mimics estrogen in your body, linked to fertility issues, immune system damage, and increased cancer risk. For pregnant women, BPA exposure during pregnancy affects fetal development and birth outcomes. For men, it disrupts testosterone production and sperm quality. Charlie the tuna is not cute. He is a corporate mascot hiding criminal fraud and toxic contamination. 7. Chicken of the Sea, the third member of the Big Three criminal conspiracy. The mermaid logo that has been in American kitchens since 1930. Nearly a century of brand recognition makes consumers assume quality and safety. That assumption is expensive and potentially deadly. Chicken of the Sea avoided criminal prosecution in the price-fixing scandal only because they turned informant. Thai Union, their parent company, provided evidence against StarKist and Bumble Bee in exchange for immunity. They were not innocent. They were the first to crack under federal investigation. The company still paid over $30 million in civil settlements to consumers they defrauded. Think about that business model. Participate in organized crime, betray your co-conspirators to avoid prison, pay a fraction of your profits in fines, and keep selling to the same customers you robbed. Consumer Reports testing found Chicken of the Sea albacore had 10 times more mercury than their light tuna. 10 times. Radically different contamination levels depending on which variety you accidentally pick. The label does not warn you. The packaging does not explain the difference. You are expected to research mercury content yourself or risk poisoning your family. Canadian government testing in 2009 analyzed 15 canned tuna brands for BPA contamination. Chicken of the Sea products showed average BPA levels of 137 parts per billion, among the highest of all brands tested. The chemical leaches from the epoxy can lining into your tuna, especially when cans are stored at higher temperatures or sit on shelves for months before purchase. Open a can and look at the contents. Pale, shredded, packed in vegetable broth for bulk. Real tuna does not need broth. Broth is filler added to mask poor quality fish and inflate weight. You are paying for seasoned water surrounding scraps. For anyone who thought the friendly mermaid meant family-safe food, she is the mascot for a company that defrauded millions and still sells mercury-contaminated product without adequate warnings. 6. Genova tuna. Premium branding, an Italian name suggesting Mediterranean quality. Higher prices than mass-market brands create the illusion of superior sourcing. In February 2025, Genova became part of the massive Tri-Union Seafoods recall, affecting thousands of cans sold nationwide. Manufacturing defects in the easy-open pull tab lids compromised can seals, creating conditions where deadly Clostridium botulinum bacteria could grow undetected. Botulism causes paralysis, respiratory failure, and death. Even if your can looks normal, smells fine, and shows no signs of damage, the bacteria and its toxins can be present. The recall affects cans with best buy dates through 2028. Check your pantry right now, because those premium Italian-branded cans might be ticking time bombs. But even recalled products tell you something about quality control. Manufacturing defects don't happen overnight. They indicate systematic failures in production oversight, quality testing, and safety verification. If pull tab defects went undetected long enough to affect batches with 3-year expiration dates, what else isn't being caught? Beyond the immediate recall, Genova sources from the same bulk suppliers as cheaper brands. The Italian name is marketing. The tuna comes from industrial fishing operations in the Pacific, processed in facilities that handle multiple brands simultaneously. You're paying extra for packaging and perception, not superior fish. Try Union Seafoods, Genova's parent company, processes tuna for multiple brands under different labels. The same facility, same fish, same methods. The only difference is the label they slap on the can and the price they charge you. 5. Van Camp's Tuna, the oldest tuna brand in America. Founded in 1914 when canned fish was revolutionary technology, over a century of history creates deep consumer trust. That trust just got weaponized against you in the same Tri-Union recall. Van Camp's uses identical manufacturing processes as Genova because they are made by the same parent company. The pull tab defects, the botulism risk, the compromised seals, everything applies equally. Different label, same danger. But Van Camp's problems go beyond the recent recall. This is budget tuna marketed through nostalgia. The cans are cheaper than premium brands but more expensive than store brands, occupying a middle ground that suggests decent quality. Open a can and reality hits. The tuna is packed in vegetable broth, not its own natural juices. Broth is filler. It adds weight, flavor, and moisture to fish that does not have enough on its own. Real quality tuna is packed in its natural oils or in clean water. The chunks are small, shredded, inconsistent. Real tuna steak has structure. This looks mechanically separated, reformed, compressed to maximize yield per fish. The texture is mushy, almost paste like when you break it apart. Consumer Reports does not specifically test Van Camp's because it is a smaller market share brand. That lack of scrutiny is exactly why budget brands can cut corners without oversight. No independent testing means no accountability. For seniors who remember Van Camp's from childhood and assume the same quality persists, that brand loyalty is being exploited. The company your grandparents trusted sold out decades ago. 4. StarKist Tuna Creations. StarKist's flavored pouches, like hickory smoked, jalapeno, lemon pepper, and ranch, are sold as convenient tear-open snacks for busy people. The flavors hide what you are really eating. These pouches contain the same contaminated StarKist tuna we already exposed, but now it is swimming in artificial flavors, preservatives, and sodium bombs designed to mask poor quality fish. Check the sodium content. One pouch contains over 400 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly 20% of your daily limit in a tiny 3-ounce serving. The flavoring is not seasoning. It is camouflage. Real quality tuna tastes good on its own. When companies drown fish in hickory smoke flavor and jalapeno seasoning, they are covering up something they do not want you to taste. The pouch packaging creates a health halo. It looks modern, portable, and perfect for gym bags or desk lunches. But Consumer Reports testing shows pouch tuna has the same mercury concerns as canned versions. The packaging does not reduce contamination. It just makes it easier to consume without thinking. For anyone trying to eat healthy protein on the go, these pouches deliver mercury, excessive sodium, and artificial flavors, wrapped in convenient packaging that makes you feel health-conscious while poisoning yourself slowly. 3. Trader Joe's Albacore Tuna. Trader Joe's is a cult favorite grocery store where everything feels carefully curated and trustworthy. Trader Joe's built their reputation on quality private label products that compete with premium brands. That reputation exploded with the Tri-Union recall. Thousands of Trader Joe's branded tuna cans were included in the February 2025 botulism recall. The cans showed the same manufacturing defects, the same compromised seals, and the same deadly bacteria risk. The only difference was the Trader Joe's label, which made you feel safe buying it. Trader Joe's does not make their own tuna. They contract manufacturing to larger companies like Tri-Union, put their brand on the finished product, and charge premium prices while offering zero additional quality control. You are not buying Trader Joe's tuna. You are buying rebranded bulk tuna with South Pacific artwork on the label. Greenpeace ranks Trader Joe's near the middle of their sustainability scorecard, significantly below truly responsible brands. Some of their sourcing comes from destructive fishing methods that kill thousands of sharks and turtles as bycatch. Their traceability systems are incomplete, meaning they cannot verify which vessel caught your specific can of tuna or confirm the fishing methods used. For shoppers who trust Trader Joe's curation, understand that their private label seafood is outsourced commodity product. The quirky branding does not mean independent quality standards. 2. H-E-B Tuna. Texas's beloved grocery chain, a regional institution where locals shop with almost religious devotion. H-E-B's brand loyalty is legendary, and their private label products are often considered superior to national brands. That loyalty just became dangerous. H-E-B Tuna was included in the Tri-Union recall for potential botulism contamination. The recall involved defective pull tabs, seal failures, and bacteria risk. Regional pride does not prevent industrial food safety failures. Greenpeace ranks H-E-B 19th out of 20 major tuna brands for sustainability and transparency. 19th. Only StarKist scored worse. H-E-B sources from some of the most destructive fisheries in the Pacific. Their tuna comes from long-line fishing operations where up to 35% of the catch is bycatch species, including endangered sea turtles, sharks, and seabirds. Thousands of marine animals die on those lines for every can of H-E-B tuna that reaches Texas shelves. The company provides almost no traceability information. You cannot verify which ocean, which vessel, or which fishing method caught your specific can of tuna. Their sourcing policy fails to address human rights concerns in the supply chain, including reports of forced labor and trafficking on vessels supplying major tuna processors. In 2016, equipment malfunctions at processing facilities resulted in H-E-B Hill Country Fair tuna being undercooked. The company quietly recalled affected products, but never disclosed the duration of the malfunction or the total number of potentially contaminated cans distributed. For Texans who shop H-E-B exclusively out of state pride, that loyalty is being exploited. The company you trust is selling bottom-tier tuna caught through destructive methods, processed with recurring safety failures, and marketed through regional identity instead of actual quality. 1. Great Value Chunk Light in Oil. Yes, Walmart makes this list twice because they sell multiple terrible tuna products under the same house brand. This oil-packed version is somehow worse than their water-packed disaster. The oil is not olive oil or quality fish oil. It is cheap soybean or vegetable oil that adds calories and fat without nutritional benefit. You are paying for industrial seed oil surrounding mystery fish. The chunks are smaller, darker, and more compressed than even their water-packed version. This is the bottom of the barrel. Literally, the scraps left after better cuts get packaged for premium brands. No traceability, no testing, no accountability. The oil masks the poor quality and hides how old the fish might be. Rancid fish oils can develop in canned products stored improperly or sitting on shelves too long, and you would never taste it through the vegetable oil coating. For families trying to add healthy fats to their diet, this delivers the wrong kind of fat surrounding contaminated protein. For anyone counting calories, you are getting 3 times the calories of water-packed tuna with none of the benefits. This is Walmart's rock bottom offering sold to people who do not know better. Go check your pantry right now. If you see H-E-B, Trader Joe's, Van Camp's, Genova, any of the big 3 brands or store brand tuna, do not wait. Do not try to use them up. Do not think your specific cans are fine. Throw them out or return them for refunds. Your health is not worth saving $4 on fish that might be contaminated. But do not panic. Not every brand betrayed your trust. A few companies still care about what goes in your body. These 2 brands earned their place through third-party testing, transparent sourcing, and actual commitment to safety. Real tuna still exists. You just need to know where to find it. 2. Wild Planet Tuna. Finally, a brand that treats tuna like premium food instead of cheap commodity. Wild Planet has been pole and line fishing since they started, catching smaller migratory tuna that are naturally lower in mercury than the massive long-line caught fish used by industrial brands. Consumer Reports tested 5 major brands in 2023. Wild Planet scored among the lowest for mercury contamination across all varieties. Their skipjack tuna is safe for 3 servings per week for adults. Their albacore, while higher in mercury like all albacore, is still dramatically lower than conventional brands. Greenpeace ranks Wild Planet first among all American tuna brands for sustainability and transparency. They use pole and line or troll methods that catch individual fish without nets, preventing bycatch that kills thousands of dolphins, sharks, and turtles annually. Every can is traceable back to the specific vessel and ocean where it was caught. Open a can and see the difference immediately. The tuna is packed in its own natural juices, not water or broth. Those juices contain omega-3 fatty acids that conventional processing destroys. The meat is firm, chunky, with visible grain structure. Real muscle tissue, not reformed paste. Wild Planet hand cuts and hand packs every can, then cooks it once to preserve nutrients. Conventional brands pre-cook on racks, drain away the oils, add water or vegetable broth, then cook again for sterilization. Testing confirms their cans are BPA-free with non-toxic linings. Swiss testing that detected BPA in every other brand found no BPA in Wild Planet products. For pregnant women who need protein but cannot risk mercury exposure, Wild Planet's Skipjack is one of the only tuna varieties safe for regular consumption. For seniors wanting omega-3s without contaminants, this delivers clean fish caught responsibly. Yes, it costs more. $7 per can versus $2 for budget brands. But you are getting 40% more actual tuna because there is no water to drain, and you are avoiding mercury, BPA, and the guilt of supporting ocean destruction. 1. Safe Catch Elite Tuna, the only brand that tests every single fish for mercury before it enters a can. Not batch testing, not random sampling. Every fish, individually tested, to a mercury limit 10 times stricter than FDA requirements. If a fish does not pass Safe Catch's standards, they do not buy it. Period. Consumer Reports confirmed Safe Catch delivers on their claims. Testing showed consistently low mercury levels across all their products, making them safe for vulnerable populations including pregnant women and young children. Their elite wild tuna meets Consumer Reports' low mercury criteria, something almost no other brand achieves. The fish is caught using pole and line methods, hand-packed in BPA-free cans, and cooked once to preserve omega-3 content. Each can contain solid tuna steak with natural juices, no added water or fillers. What you see is what you get, pure fish. Taste the difference in one bite. The texture is firm but flaky, the flavor clean and ocean fresh. No metallic aftertaste, no chemical notes, no mushiness. This is what tuna should taste like before industrial processing destroyed it. Safe Catch costs up to $5 per can, making it the most expensive option. But consider what you are buying. Third-party, verified mercury testing on every fish. Sustainable pole and line fishing that prevents bycatch. BPA-free packaging confirmed through independent testing. Maximum omega-3 preservation through single-cook processing. For families with young children whose developing brains are vulnerable to even small amounts of mercury, this is the only tuna pediatricians confidently recommend. For anyone recovering from illness who needs clean protein without toxins, Safe Catch removes uncertainty. You pay for peace of mind backed by actual testing, not marketing claims. And there you have it. From price-fixing criminals to botulism recalls to brands hiding mercury levels, we've exposed how the tuna industry turned affordable protein into toxic gambling. Corporate greed valued profits over your health, and they assumed you would never find out. But real options still exist. Wild Planet and Safe Catch prove that responsible companies can deliver clean tuna without poisoning oceans or customers. You now know what to avoid and what to trust. Small changes protect your health for decades. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More food investigations coming soon. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and keep demanding better from the companies that want your money.